What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Gonna dish on a few things on today, June 28th, the year of our Lord 2018. Obviously, the big story in hockey right now, in addition to Tavares watch and where certain free agents going, is the 2018 Hockey Hall of Fame class. Obviously, a couple players got snubbed, one guy that was long overdue, and this one guy we're all shaking our head at collectively. I'll start with the players. Obviously, Martin Brodeur needs no introduction. Many people say he's the greatest goalie of all time. I say John Koshik's ahead of him. But that's not a knock on Brodeur. Obviously, he made the New Jersey Devils into the franchise that they are with his excellence over the course of almost 20 years down there in Jersey. Can't say anything more about Brodeur. Janet Hefford, one of the greatest women's hockey players of all time. One of the most decorated Canadian Olympians of all time. Yeah, not much more needs to be said for her. San Louis, obviously undrafted free agent, Stanley Cup champ, two-time scoring champ. Won an MVP in '04, has a gold medal at the Olympics. You look at a guy like him and you just say to yourself, all right, you look at what he overcame to get to where he's at, where he retired at, you just get up, shake your head, tip your hat. One of the greatest players of the last 20 years, and rightfully inducted in the Hall of Fame. Really helped make the Tampa Bay Lightning not only a championship caliber franchise, but definitely a very, very relevant and noticeable franchise in the greater Tampa area. And then Alex Yakushev, obviously one of the great Soviet players of all time. And then Willie O'Ree. Willie O'Ree should have gotten in a long ass time ago. I think what he's done, what he did as a player to help break the club barrier in hockey, which is obviously still a lot of work to be done. I don't need to go too deep into that. And what he's done as a builder to help make the game more accessible to kids throughout North America and throughout the world, I think it speaks for itself. And it's an absolute disgrace that it took him this long to be inducted into hockey immortality. He dealt with a lot of shit as a player and off the ice as well. But you look at what he's done, and you can't help but tip your hat to Willie O'Ree. Again, he's a perfect gentleman and everything that's right about the game of hockey. The one thing I am glad about is that he didn't have to. There wasn't a Pat Burns situation where the voters waited till he died to induct him, which was bullshit and wrong. Still makes me sick thinking about that. And again, I'm a big Willie O'Ree fan. Gary Bettman. I think every commissioner in the history of every sports in their respective Hall of Fames. I mean, shit, Roger Goodell is going to be in the Football Hall of Fame, so that's all you need to know. But given the ongoing lawsuits against the NHL by former players and the fact that he said there's no link between concussions and CTE publicly, tone deaf is probably the best way to describe this. It's not exactly the best look for the Hall of Fame, and obviously you have to understand the NHL and the Hockey Hall of Fame are two different entities. But I'm still shaking my head at Bettman. I think, again, the Sun Belt expansion, we can talk about the negatives all day. Again, the CTE issues, the lawsuits, the 3 lockouts. But you look at Sun Belt expansion and the amount of markets that opened up for hockey. You have kids like a Seth Jones coming from Texas. You have kids from Florida getting drafted every year. You have kids from California. Fucking Austin Matthews is from Phoenix. That doesn't happen without Bettman believing in the Sun Belt. Now, that's still what has not been a perfect procedure, having the teams in such places. And obviously, my Canadian fans really aren't the biggest proponents of them, because you think about it, particularly in Phoenix's case, and a certain degree in Dallas's case. It came from Minnesota. Traditional, quote unquote. You guys can't see me, but I'm doing the little quotation mark things with my fingers. Traditional markets are losing teams to the Sun Belt. To Sun Belt relocation and expansion. But again, you can't help but marvel at the new markets that have opened up for fans and players over the last 25 years. So I'll give Bettman his due on that, but that's all I'm going to do. And profit margins through the roof too. So the owners are happy, but again, the fans and the players aren't exactly thrilled. But that's next year I want Theo Fleury in for sure. Haley Wickenheiser's definitely getting in because she's eligible next year. Next year's going to be a weird class. McGillney's due, Sergei Zubov's due, and then, depend upon your interpretations, Cujo and Chris Ozzy Osgood are all due. Will any of those 4 get, any of those, 5 or 6 people I named to get in? I don't know. Again, I'm thinking about it. McGillney, Zubov, Fleury, probably those 3. I mean, Andrew Chuck had to wait 9 fucking years, which is bullshit. Again, you can never tell with the Hall of Fame. The fact that it took this long for Willie O'Ree to get in is just further proves my point. But, you know, some other big stories going on obviously in hockey. John Tavares meetings are wrapped up. We should know by the end of this weekend where he's going to take his talents to. I said before, I'll say again, I think it's going to be San Jose, but I got a weird feeling Tampa's going to make a late push just because of Tampa Bay and the lack of state income tax in Florida and Steve Yzerman's ability to move pieces around the board and create cap space out of nowhere. He's pretty damn good at that. Speaking of making cap space out of nowhere, Jimmy Rutherford shipped Connor Sherry and Matt Hunwick to Buffalo for a draft pick. That opened up over $4 million in cap space for the Penguins, and they're going to make a run. Supposedly, they're off. Jack Johnson's going to sign there on a 5-year contract. I don't see that happening. I know him and Crosby are obviously friends from their days at Shattuck St. Mary's together, but you're not giving Jack Johnson at this point in his career, or really at any point in his fucking career, a 5-year contract. It's just ridiculous. But you know, we'll see what happens on that front. I think Van Riemsdyk might be in the running for Pittsburgh. I think he'd be a very good fit with either Crosby or Malkin. You know, he's a great power play weapon, great down low. Someone said, would there be a reunion with James Real Deal Neal? I don't see that happening. There's allegedly some issues in Pittsburgh, but you know, we'll see what happens. I think Pittsburgh there's a good chance walks with Jack Johnson and or Van Riemsdyk, and they have the entire 2010 U.S. Olympic team playing for them soon enough. Hey, bring Paul Martin back too. He's a free agent. Shit, so was Orpik. But, you know, again, this is a very exciting time of the year. John Carlson's staying in Washington. Erik Karlsson will probably be moved within the next few days. Mike Hoffman's out of Ottawa. His girlfriend's a fucking psychopathic bitch. Just never a dull moment in hockey. And I like that. With the exception of maybe August, it's a 12-month-a-year sport. So this is always trades, free agency, draft, projected lineups. You know, it's never a dull moment in this sport. That's why I love it so much. Anyway, that's all I got. This episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.